You're in a forest and it's cold. So you need to start a fire. The issue is you're kind of having an issue making a spark. Now you're probably getting frustrated now because you're like, man, it can be just a hot day outside and an entire forest can be set ablaze. And isn't that how it is when it comes to stories that we want to tell or conversations we want to have? Hi, I'm Cameron Mitchell, your Actor Laureate, and I'm here to talk to you today about your conversation starter. They say be sweet, be brave, be this, be nice, be. But that explosive temper has no diffuser, no time, tick, tick. They can throw dirt quick, but they can't bury that bomb. It's atomic. No one can cut that wire. Each is a fuse triggered from past traumas. And then there's you. Another black dream dropping into a white world, trying to make your mark in the sky, where every inch is already marked by the ashes of Boeing engines. So who are you? Everyone wants to reach higher, but switch the perspective, reach deeper. You are ink, melting into the deep, leaving a merit of gratitude for every level of pressure you survived through. Make it bold. Make it in the cool, soothing calm. Affect everything you touch. Discover new wisdom that diffuses the calloused anger, swiftly spreading a harmonic resonance in the darkest places. Who knew that peace could sleep easily when it's right where it's meant to be? Who knew that your light can shine brightest when it's right where it's meant to be? I wrote that poem because there's a lot of us who are looking for a new way to do things. We want to reach higher because the average just isn't working anymore, right? But higher may not always be the best way. Why is that? Sometimes we want to have conversations and we don't know exactly how to do them. We're trying to find the best words, trying to get to the things that's going to really make it pop. Now, first, before we go any further, I do want to say this. The whole issue with writer's block being a thing of, I don't have anything to really think about. But in actuality, you do. You're thinking all the time, and you're talking all the time. In actuality, you would have to be a trained monk to be able to not have anything to think about. I mean, if you really think about it. And that's hard. So you're thinking all the time. So it's not that you don't have any thoughts or any ideas. It's that you're blocking them. Yes, you. Because in actuality, you know what you want to say. You're just looking for the polite way to say it. Or maybe it's the politically correct way to say it. And then from there, we don't really let out what needs to be said. So what's an example of that? Well, maybe it's things that provoke our emotions. Our emotions like happiness, sadness, maybe anger. And what could those things be? Maybe a joyous faith. Or maybe bullying, racism, human trafficking, suicidal thoughts. Do I have your attention now? These are things that are not really pleasant to the ears, I know. But are they new to your ears? These are conversations that sometimes we run from and we need to have. Those are your conversation starters. You are full of ideas and thoughts of things that need to be said, conversations that need to be had. So the question is, what are the conversations that we're running from in society that we need to have right now? What is something you have experienced or something you have knowledge on that we need to converse about? That is your conversation starter. So first, write it down. So let's go ahead and do that. What is your conversation starter? What is something you've experienced or that you have knowledge about? Can you write that down? All right? So now, think about how you feel about that thing. Now, one thing you have to remember about feeling, don't get angry, because some of these topics can really make us frustrated or send us into depression unless it's part of your performance or your story. Don't fight about it, write about it. Put that anger into the page. Burn it into the page. see it there. And then can you put it into your own performance? Can you put it into your song? And then it becomes something more. But you also have to think about this. Why does this conversation need to happen? Because let's think about it. Some things aren't always positive, and they lead to arguments. Conversations are constructive. Arguments are destructive. So we need to have a conversation that's going to bring forth a positive impact. Now, also keep in mind when you're creating your story, and you're creating your why, you're not trying to find the answer. You're just trying to provoke the thought or the question. That space is for them to converse about. You're opening up the box so that they can have the conversation, provoke the thoughts that make them really think about that topic that we're running from or that we're avoiding and that nobody's even thinking about. That's where they can have that conversation and begin to move towards a solution. And maybe your art moves us there. Now, for some of us, you may not necessarily be an artist. Maybe you're a banker, a lawyer, and you're like, I am not an artistic person. That is okay. Sometimes it's okay to partner with someone who is artistic, who can convey those thoughts. We're not always meant to do things by ourselves, even as artists. Sometimes it's okay to work with somebody to help you get those thoughts out, to portray the thoughts or the conversations that you want to have. So hire an artist. Hire somebody or work with somebody, partner with someone who can get those thoughts to you. And remember, a conversation is something that needs to be had. So what do you need to have? Where do you need to reach to inside? Reaching deeper. Because you, inside of you, is a full ocean of ideas, an ocean of possibilities, an ocean of conversations. So reach deeper.